Hey guys, this is Paul Jackwitz here at PJ Soccer. Today I wanted to talk about some tips that I have for new players, new soccer players. Of course, PJ Soccer here. I wanted to become a resource for not only coaches but players as well. And again, I want to talk about new players and just tips. Every season, as I coach my son's rec team through the years, there's always new players or very inexperienced players. And first and foremost, I want to say don't don't get too stressed out about things. Number one, nobody expects you to be great right away. Now, I will say this: if you want to be a great player, I don't know about your first season, but there's no doubt in my mind if you want to be one of the best players on the team by your second season, that can happen. The first season, I feel like it's just too short time, unless you have months before the season starts, where you can just practice every day, work on your dribbling and passing. Which are really two of the most important things, and I'll get into those in a minute. But where you can really work on those things and just grind it out and just really train and get better. You're not going to be the best player your first season. If your parents just signed you up your first time ever playing, season starts in a couple weeks or so, you're not going to be the best player. But it doesn't mean you have to be the worst player in your team. Number one, have confidence in yourself. And of course, confidence comes from work. And just getting better, right, and improving as a player. And that's going to come from working and training at home, practicing at home. The thing I always tell my players is you have to practice at home if you want to be really good. Because I know for my league, and I'm sure other leagues the same thing, we only have one practice night a week, and then we have a game. That's it. We don't get enough time. So, I always tell parents, hey, if you want your kid to be really good, you have to work with them. My son is a pretty good player. He's really good. And the only reason he's as good as he is because I've been working with him since he was 5 years old. We just kicked the ball together in the backfield, in the backyard, not the backfield, the backyard, excuse me. We kicked the ball together in the backyard. And it's not even like I've never really put him in through drills until he got older. Like he's 13 now. I didn't start like doing some drills with him maybe till like the last few years. Before that, it was just him and I just kicking the ball together, just kicking a little game, one-on-one soccer game, him and I, since he's been 5, 6 years old. That's it. Of course, as a parent, take it easy on him, let your kid win, whatever. But still, just kicking the ball with them, making them dribble, do different things, just naturally, is going to help them become good players. But that's, of course, if your child's really young. Now, if they're 10 years old and they're just starting out, they're going to be behind a curve, and that's okay, for players. First and foremost, work on your dribbling. And the reason why I say that is because if you can handle the ball, dribbling, and you have confidence in yourself as a dribbler, as somebody who can handle the ball pretty well, that's going to help your confidence on the field. Right? You're not going to freak out when you get the ball and somebody's right near you, right? Because you're going to be like, oh, I got this. I can control the ball. And the great thing about soccer too is you don't necessarily even need to be a great dribbler. Now, it helps, don't get me wrong, and I do think newer players, it's something to definitely work on in practice. The most important thing, other than dribbling, there's two really important things. One is dribbling when it comes to skills as a new player. The second is passing, because in soccer is a game of passing, really. You could move the ball down the field and score without taking more than one dribble, maybe, more than one touch on the ball, just because, if everybody does their job and you're spread out well and everything, that can definitely work. So just being a good passer is huge. So you get the ball, look up the field, and look to who you can pass to, right? So that's very important. Another tip is don't freak out when you make a mistake. Don't let it crush you. I always tell my players all the time, whether they're experienced or not, I'm like, guys, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up on the field. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just normal. Pro players, professionals that get paid millions to play soccer, mess up. As a coach, I mess up all the time. So you're going to mess up. It's just part of the game. It's just part of, that's just a part of it. Be patient with yourselves. Be patient with your development. Some players develop faster, some learn things and develop slower. So don't become discouraged because it might take you X amount of months or days or whatever to get better. It's all about how hard you work too. If you really want to become a good player, honestly, you got to go outside every day and practice. And you don't have to practice for hours. I mean, you can if you want, but I suggest just 10 minutes a day on each, on like dribbling, 10 minutes a day on passing or something. Ask your parent, hopefully one of your parents will, can help you, pass together, or a little, or a sibling or something. And if none of those work, see if you can find a wall or something you can pass against that will get, you can pass the ball to and it bounces back off the wall, and and obviously the ball comes right back to you, and you work on stopping the ball too. So those are just some tips that I have for players right now. They're just starting out. And I hope this is really helpful. Please, make sure you comment below any tips you have for new players, whether you're a coach or player. Hey, I think other, tips for, I want to build a great community here where we all help each other. Thank you guys for watching.